the last verse of Bhagavad Gita. Yatra yogeshware krishno, yatra partho dhanurdharhe, tatra shri vijayo bhuter, dhruvani termater mama. So this is the last verse of the Holy Bhagavad Gita, chapter 18, verse 78. What does it state? Wherever Lord Krishna, personified as Yogeshwar, the Lord of Yoga, but not only Lord Krishna, who else? Yatra partho dhanurdharhe, where along with him is Partho, son of Pritha, son of Kunti, Arjun. And Arjun not in his ordinary pose, like a bow and arrow holding, poised for action. Wherever these two are together, what do you have? Tatra, Shri, opulence, abundance, plentifulness. Vijayo, victory. Victory over what? Victory over poverty, victory over ill health, victory over hatred, over illiteracy. And Bhutir, prosperity, needs no explanation. And along with that, Dhruva Nitra. Dhruva is constant, unchanging, unending. I wouldn't use the word permanent because the Holy Bhagavad Gita says nothing is permanent. But Dhruva, the Dhruv Tara, the northern star, reminds you of that quote from Julius Caesar, "I'm constant as the northern star, of whose true fixed and resting quality there is no parallel in the firmament." So in the concluding verse of Bhagavad Gita, it is Dhruva Nitra. So lasting righteousness. Some of the scholars have described this as niti also, as a kind of a stable policy. But that policy for the benefit and welfare of the people would also be for righteousness. And Mater Mama, in my opinion. So these are the lines which Sanjay, who's verily the commentator, who's seeing the things with his Divya Drishti and narrating to the blind king Dhritarashtra. So these are the concluding lines where he says, because the king obviously asked him, so what's going to be the outcome? Holy Bhagavad Gita ends just as the battle is poised to begin. And Sanjay, he says, wherever you have Lord Krishna, the Yogeshwara, and the archer, the great warrior Arjun, there will lie abundance, victory, prosperity, stability. In my opinion, he has the humility to qualify it by saying, in my opinion. The king can have his own opinion. So this is, friends, the end of Bhagavad Gita. But this great celestial divine song of the God himself, delivered through the Lord, the human incarnation of Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna, to the greatest ever student Arjun. So what does it say? It is not the end. Holy Bhagavad Gita may end there, but it is a new beginning at any time. At time t is equal to 0, even today you can begin. So this is an ageless, universal, distilled wisdom and formula for humankind, for civilisations across the world, across the ages. And what does it say? Where Lord Krishna, representing the higher values of life, almost like the founding fathers of the Indian Constitution, placing those lofty directive principles of the state policy, not meant to be consigned to the archives and libraries, but is those guiding stars. And Lord Krishna representing those higher values of life, of cultured people. And that is not alone, that's not sufficient. Arjun representing the dynamic readiness to act in the outside world. He is ready for action, for execution, for implementation in accordance with those grand principles. And more importantly, action selflessly, selfless action, not expecting rewards in nature of personal dividends, but for the general welfare of the people. Wherever these two are together, and as Plato, the Greek philosopher, said, till philosophers become kings, perhaps you would not have prosperity and peace in the world. So similarly, Lord Krishna, the spiritual higher values, and Arjun, the person who is going to implement selflessly, that people, that nation, that community will have everything. They will have abundance, Shriya. They will have victory over all the evils that bedevil the society, prosperity, stable, constant policy and righteousness, in the opinion of Sanjay, the commentator. So friends, the last lines really are a key to public administration, to the statecraft, to human civilization as to how to run their affairs. Mere spiritualism will not land you anywhere. You will be conquered. On the other hand, mindless action without discerning vivek and spiritual values to back it up may lead to death and destruction. But when they are two together in a dynamic equilibrium, then those people will have everything. They will have abundance, victory, prosperity, continuing righteousness. And although this was merely the opinion of Sanjay, history has revealed that this is actually the case. So are we as a people ready to imbibe this? And if so, there is no other alternative. If these two conditions precedent are there, spiritual higher values embodied into the state policy, and immaculate selfless execution and implementation, this country, these people, this civilization, this world will have everything. So thanks for watching, friends, and if you liked this, please do share with your friends, and also if possible subscribe. Namaskaram.